Welcome back to this chart section. So basically the new additions here are we'll be using GraphViz. So GraphViz basically it's used to display a graph using a library called DAG3D3 library, and GraphViz basically uses something called dot language, and we will be covering that here with an example. And after this, NumPy is another library we are using here, as we discussed in the previous one. So here's a code to generate some numerical data. Here is the code where we are using to generate this numerical data. Don't worry, this data will be displayed on the chart, so we will look at it, what it generates. So it basically generates 7 cross 7 matrix, which is randomized. And after this, there are three native charts which is supported by Streamlit. So one basically is a line chart, and I think most of you know what a line chart is, and we will look at it in the demo. There is also an area chart and a bar chart. So these are the three native charts that Streamlit supports, and you can also do a map with Streamlit using longitude and latitude. So here we are using two randomized longitude and latitude to represent a chart, to represent a map here, and we will be let's go and look at it and see and understand how this code is translating into actual Streamlit front end here. So yeah, we already have this up and running here. So let me go here, and yeah, so here's the demo for the chart. So the thing here is, this is the data we generated. So it's totally random, 7 columns and 7 rows we generated using this function here, which is np random.random 7 comma 7. So if you want to know more about this, you can look up what is rand7 in NumPy. Internally you would get to know, but just remember this, that if you are trying to generate random data, random is what you would be using. And similarly, coming to the line chart, so this data what we have, we are representing this data on a chart here. So basically you see x coordinate and the y coordinate here, and that's being plotted with this random values. And for the area chart, it's exactly the same, but its area under the curve is what it's trying to represent here. And for a bar chart, it's a stacked bar chart, what it's representing here. So the only difference is type of the chart, st type of the chart, and the data for your input you are passing here. And ultimately, can you do more charts? Yes, you can do more charts here. Will we be covering that? Yes, we will be covering that later on. So let's not, here I'm just covering the three native charts that what Streamlit supports. So yeah, these are the three native charts what Streamlit supports. And if we go back to this one here in GraphViz, this is the dot language I was talking about. And how does dot language work? Basically, to st GraphViz chart, you basically Digraph is a directed graph, and here we are giving the inputs to the directed graph, and it's being displayed with DAG3D3 library here. And for the map, it's just st map of the data frame containing latitude and longitude. Here we are naming the columns as latitude and longitude. And thanks for completing this. So in the next one, let's look at the media for Streamlit. So the three media we will be looking at is image, video, and audio. And we will have an example wherein we would be running that here, and we are also building an application with media, with the image and video later in the course. So that would be a good intro to look into for the next video. Thank you for joining.